I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. After one of the most anticipated seasons in Jets history, Aaron Rodgers' season is done after 4 snaps. Head coach Robert Saleh announced that an MRI revealed that Rodgers did, in fact, tear his Achilles Monday night in the Jets' win over the Bills. They've officially placed Rodgers on injured reserve. When asked how disappointed he is, the coach let it be known his heart goes out to number 8 more than anyone.
I feel more for Aaron than anyone. He's invested so much into this organization, so much into this journey that he's embarked on, and wanting to be a part of what we've got going here, and how much he's invested in not only this organization but his teammates, himself, this fan base.
Saleh reiterated that Zach Wilson is now their starter. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail, the ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A lot of schools talk about training the cybersecurity workforce of the future, but do they really deliver? My Computer Career has been supplying the IT workforce with thousands of skilled, certified pros for 15 years. Train with the experts in support, networking, or cybersecurity and start your career in months, not years. Upskill even faster. On campus or live online. Qualified students may get financial aid, including the GI Bill. My Computer Career. Accredited, acclaimed, effective. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu.
And it is a Wednesday morning, the 13th day of September, 2023. We've got some news coming up your way. And, it'll be a look at world and California news to begin with. And then, Gene, are you ready with the local news?
We're stirring it up right now.
Okay. Very good.
You got to get the recipe just right.
Yes. Okay, in the news, researchers at the University of Georgia say people from Georgia are losing their Southern drawl. Yeah, the study shows it really became noticeable with the Gen Xers and is even more pronounced with Gen Z. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the other day someone from Georgia was on the TV news and there were no subtitles. Boy,
that's an accomplishment.
I suppose. Yeah, I spent almost 6 months in Georgia, at Fort Gordon, Georgia, and I could understand for the most part the people. I just could not understand why anybody wanted to eat grits.
Didn't like grits, huh?
No, I don't know. There is a Pennsylvania Dutch dish called mush, and it is very, very similar, but it's far better than the Southern grits, at least the ones that they used to put out at the mess hall.
Well, they were just testing people to see if maybe that stuff would disappear.
I think they used it as wallpaper paste, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It worked very, very good for that kind of stuff.
Okay, are you ready for birthdays?
Birthdays it is. We have some.
Yeah, okay, actor Barbara Bain. She was on Mission Impossible. I believe she was married to Martin Landau, also on Mission Impossible. Barbara Bain, 92. Singer David Clayton Thomas of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, 82. Singer Peter Cetera of Chicago, 79. Actor Jacqueline Bisset is 79. Actor Christine Estabrook is 73. Actor Gene Smart, 72. Singer Randy Jones of the Village People, 71. Actor Isaiah Whitlock Jr., 69. Actor Jerry Jewell is 67. Actor Louis Mandylor is 57. Actor Roger Howarth is 55. Actor Dominic Fumasu is 54. Actor Louise Lombard, 53. Actor Ben Savage, Boy Meets World, 43. Singer Niall Horan is 30. Actor Mitch Holloman is 28, and actor Lily Reinhardt, 27. Local birthdays coming up.
The Imperial Tigers are looking for an Imperial Valley title this year, and Mickey Dale and George Cahava will be on the sidelines with all the action. Follow the Imperial Tigers live on the web at KXORadio.com. All the games, home and away, streaming live on KXORadio.com. Imperial Tiger Football is brought to you by
The Brick House Deli, the Imperial Quarterback Club, Southwest Security Services, and K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial.
We have happy birthday wishes going out to Monica Medina, Andy Estrada, Lizeth Sanchez, Isabel Ortiz, David Gloria Sr., Keith Archibald, Rodrigo Velasco, Jerry Coffer, Charisma Martinez, Tatiana Ledoux, Emma Elizabeth Ibarra, Michelle Herrera, Joe Orozco, Victoria Matus, Mario Mendoza, Rita Cortez, Steve Wilson, Veronica Ramos, Josue Ayon, Vicky Zamora, Francine Dolente, and Veronica Arambula. Happy birthday from KXO, and many happy returns.
Hey, is David Gloria still coaching?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I thought he was, but...
Yes, David coaches the freshman team at Central, and he's the one, he gets kids in there that have no idea what an athletic supporter is.
Yeah.
And, he's the one that gets them ready for JV and then varsity football. And been doing it for years.
Wow. Yeah, no, I knew he had. I just, for some reason, I hadn't heard his name in a long time.
Yeah. Well, John Driffel and I mentioned him, and he does such a great job getting kids at Central ready to play football.
Well, I'd have to say I agree.
Yes.
So what you're saying, keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work, David, and I know he's got a lot of help, so that's always good. So, are you ready for a dad joke?
Yeah.
Yes.
DADs, how that's spelled.
Yeah, a bad dad joke.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
Uh-huh.
Sophisticated. Okay. Woo. Yeah.
I heard the stretch.
Yep. I'll just blame it on Dad, okay?
Ah, poor Dad. He's not here to protect himself.
No, he's not. Okay, and a new report out says men are most attracted to women in their 20s. I think that's according to a study performed by scientists who don't like to work too hard. What do you think?
Yeah, how much did they have to pay for that study?
Yeah, you sometimes wonder, don't you?
Ooh, man.
Okay. We've got news. A look at World and California news headlines to begin with, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News special report.
Our nightmare is finally over and the good guys won.
Chester County, Pennsylvania District Attorney Deb Ryan after police took convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante into custody 13 days after he crab walked up the walls to escape from the county jail. State Police Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens says DEA officers searched with thermal imaging.
There was an aircraft overhead utilizing FLIR technology, picked up a heat signal that they began to track.
Officers paused their search briefly because of a storm. Then
tactical teams converged on the area where the heat source was. They were able to move in very quietly. They had the element of surprise. Cavalcante did not realize he was surrounded until that had occurred.
He says Cavalcante tried to crawl away. A police dog helped subdue him. No injuries, no shots fired during the capture. A swarm of officers posed for pictures with a handcuffed Cavalcante when it was all over. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Cal State University officials voting today on whether to increase tuition by 6% every year for the next 5 years. Student Association president says the tuition hike doesn't have a good reason attached to it.
We've been presented with kind of a budget proposal outlining a lot of the things that this tuition raise is meant to be used for, but we're still not super happy about where that's going.
CSU officials say the tuition hikes are needed to keep up with rising costs and to improve academic and student services. A Diablo Valley College faculty member and track coach has been charged with human trafficking, pimping, and other charges for allegedly forcing victims to commit crimes of prostitution.
This, from what I understand, this is possibly a first-time offense. I mean, I don't know the details of the case beyond what's in the complaint.
Ted Astrogator with the DA's office. 39-year-old Kyle Lee Whitmore arrested after one of the victims reported the case to authorities at school. Taylor Swift strikes a deal with the Actors Union to release her new concert movie next month. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California news headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Remember, when it comes to repair or replacement, you've got a friend in the business, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
On the road with Febreze Car. Got a road trip planned? Illinois to get your picture taken with some of the world's largest things, like the world's largest rocking chair or ring the world's largest wind chime. You can even mail a postcard from the world's largest mailbox, making this small town a must-see. While some car fresheners hit you with a blast of perfume, Febreze Car works differently. It gives you 40 days of consistent freshness that starts just right and stays just right. Febreze Car.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
It's page one of the local news. Page one is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Joliet Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Wednesday morning, 38-year-old Gabriel Scott was taken into custody on Tuesday. Here's more on that story.
Scott was wanted for attempted homicide. Yuma County Sheriff's Office say they originally received a call Saturday night at 11:28 p.m. It was a report of a gunshot victim. A deputy responded to the call. Deputy arrived at the scene in the 3300 block of West 5th Street and found a 41-year-old male suffering multiple gunshot wounds. Victim was transported to Yuma Regional Medical Center for treatment. Yuma County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigations Bureau responded and assumed the investigation. They were able to identify the suspect as 38-year-old Gabriel Scott. Suspect, a Yuma resident, was located and arrested Tuesday. He was booked into Yuma County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Scott was charged with first-degree attempted murder and aggravated assault. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
In other local news, Mana of Imperial Valley is set to introduce this year's honorees. Mana's annual Las Primeras Awards and Scholarship fundraiser will be held on October the 13th. At this year's event, Dr. Guillermina Nunez Macari, Diana Garcia Ruiz, Hortensia Armendera, this year's Las Primeras honorees will be recognized for their advocacy work, breaking barriers, and community service. The theme at this year's fundraiser highlights the many influential Latina women who have blazed a trail using their voices to highlight civil rights issues, political injustice, and broken barriers. The event will be held at the old Eucalyptus Schoolhouse in El Centro. Tickets to the event are available at the organization's website, ivmana.org. KXO News Time 743.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Continuing with more local news, the Imperial Valley College Board of Trustees meeting is coming up. George Gale filed the story.
The meeting will be held in the Thornburg Administration Center at IVC. It begins at 6 p.m. They will discuss the recent retirement of their clerk of the board, Adriana Sano. She retired on September 1st. There will be a budget presentation and an update on current construction. The board will consider a resolution on an agreement between the Foundation for California Community Colleges Youth Empowerment Strategies for Success Independent Living Program and the Imperial Community College District. They will also consider a resolution for an appointment and educational administrator contract for Alexis Villa. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
I'm David Goldberg, a bilingual elementary school teacher and president of the California Teachers Association. As we start a new school year, there's something new happening in California's public schools. They're called community schools, where families, students, educators, and communities are making decisions as one.
As a parent, I feel like we're really valued as partners in the education system.
Community schools are bridging the systems of academics with the community.
The curriculum is designed around the students and their academic needs.
I know community schools are working. We see it in parent involvement. We see it in student academics.
We saw double-digit gains in math, English, and reading scores.
It's a more innovative, holistic approach to educating students.
I really feel like this is the first time that we're really seeing a system change in our school.
It's innovative, fresh,
and they're already working. We invite you to learn more about community schools as we come together to reimagine public education here in California. And that's why CTA brought you this message.
Page 2 of the local news and weather, served by Menchie's Frozen Yogurt and Round Table Pizza, 508 East Annenberg Road in El Centro.
In other local news, the major fundraising event, annual at that, the Boys and Girls Clubs event called the annual combo auction is coming up in October, so mark your calendar. Here's more on that story.
Boys and Girls Clubs of Imperial Valley's major fundraising event. It is scheduled for October 21st. It is their major fundraiser of the year. The event will be held in the Stockman's Club in Brawley, starting at 6 p.m. For 57 years, the mission of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Imperial Valley has been to make a difference in the lives of kids in this community. Serving over 450 kids annually in the Imperial Valley is a mission they hold dear and of which they are proud to be a part of. The funds raised at the combo auction help support their programs throughout the school year. This year's the auction will be dedicated to the memory of Debbie Cameron, a beloved board member and former head of the combo auction committee. The theme this year, Lights, Camera, Action, starring the Boys and Girls Club of Imperial Valley. They are currently seeking donations of merchandise or services that can be auctioned off. Contact the club for more information. For more information on these and other local news stories, go to the KXO website. I'm George Gale reporting for KXO Local News.
The city of Calexico is looking for talented artists. The city is launching the Utility Box Art Project Cycle 2. They are inviting talented artists and creative residences over the age of 18 to participate. Officials say selected artworks will be transferred onto high-quality vinyl wraps, which will then adorn common utility boxes throughout the city, transforming them into a work of art. You can contact the Calexico Recreation Department for more information or for an application to participate. A workshop will be held today called Building a Resume. It'll cover information needed to build that resume. The information will cover how you can properly build and format your resume to enter the job market successfully. It is a free workshop and will be held Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. at the thrift store at 742 West Main Street in El Centro. The workshop is hosted by Womanhaven. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Imperial Valley now has a Round Table Pizza, serving superior pizza, inspired by the honor of valor and revelry of the Knights of the Round Table. The quality and authenticity have earned them the reputation of pizza royalty. Now, for a limited time, receive a personal pizza with 6 slices, cheese, and a topping of your choice, including a 20-ounce soda for only $9.95, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Round Table Pizza, now open, next to Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, 508 East Annenberg Drive in El Centro.
Here's Carroll Buckley with a weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, temperatures will gradually trend upward through the weekend, but still remain pretty much within normal range. Our high in the valley yesterday, 104. The overnight low, 75. Sunny today with a high near 102. Look for winds out of the south, 10 to 15, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 74. West winds 10 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Those winds become south after midnight. Thursday, sunny with a high near 101. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast later in the morning. 78 degrees, 36% relative humidity, wind out of the southwest 5 to 7 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news and weather, delivered by Round Table Pizza and Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, 508 East Annenberg Road in El Centro.
In America, the future belongs to everyone, so we engineered the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150, available with a Pro Power onboard generator and a variety of cab configurations for whatever you need to haul. Because the truck of the future isn't created for just a few. It's for America. Ford F-150. Drive one today. Come in now for a huge selection of vehicles, like the 2023 Ford F-150 XLT, with 0% APR limited term financing, only at your San Diego County Ford dealers. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0% APR financing for 36 months at $27.78 per month per thousand financed, regardless of down payment. Payments may vary. Dealer determines price. Residency restrictions apply. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 10/2/2023. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
All offers valid at Imperial County Ford dealers. It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball, the Dodgers dumped on the Padres. It ended up 11-2. Freddie Freeman with a homer and a total of 4 hits. Meanwhile, the Mariners shut out the Angels 8-0. The Yankees nipped the Red Sox 3-2. White Sox topped the Royals 6-2. Cardinals over the Orioles 5-2. Pirates beat the Nationals 5-1. Braves edged the Phillies 7-6 in 10. Also 10 innings, the Reds over the Tigers 6-5. Rangers 6, Blue Jays 3, Mets 7, Diamondbacks 4. Game 2 of the Yankees-Red Sox doubleheader, the Bronx Bombers prevailed 4-1. Brewers beat the Marlins 3-1. Twins nipped the Rays 3-2. Royals edged the White Sox 11-10. Athletics over the Astros 6-2. Rockies rolled over the Cubs 6-4. And the Guardians over the Giants 3-1. And meanwhile, Max Scherzer left last night's win over the Blue Jays because of a right triceps spasm. He's set to undergo an MRI today. And Matt Olson hit his 51st home run, tying Braves' single-season record. No, it wasn't Hank Aaron that had that single-season record. It was Andrew Jones. Surprised me.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Let's talk football. Thursday night football, the Vikings and the Eagles. We've got games starting at 4:30 on AM 1230 KXO. Granite Hills, the Eagles invade Cal Jones Field on Thursday night. We'll have the game live on the KXO YouTube channel. We will join that game in progress at the end of the NFL game on AM 1230. Friday night, Palo Verde and Imperial, 6:45 live on AM 1230 and live on the KXO YouTube channel. Sunday, the Raiders and the Buffalo Bills on FM 107.5 at 9:30 in the morning. Sunday night football, the Dolphins and the Patriots at 4:30. Oh, there is other action Friday night around the Valley. Southwest will be at La Quinta, Calexico at Holtville, Vincent Memorial up the hill at Mountain Empire, Brawley at University City, and Southwest out of San Diego at Calipatria Friday night. That kickoff set for 6 p.m. Of course, you can tune in to the KXO website. We've got scoring updates throughout the night. The latest scores on our website during football. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs. From business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. And it's financial news, a brief look at the weather, all brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. They also offer live scan fingerprinting to the public. U.S. inflation accelerated in August for the second straight month, pushed up by rising gas prices. However, core inflation, which strips out volatile food and energy prices, continued to slow. That according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The Consumer Price Index, a closely watched inflation gauge, rose 3.7% in August from a year earlier and up from 3.2% in July. That's roughly in line with the Economist expectations. On a month-to-month basis, prices rose 0.6% in August, compared with a 0.2% gain in July. Meanwhile, the European Union is launching an investigation into China's state support for makers of electric vehicles, as soaring imports of their cars stoke fears for the future of European automakers. Speaking to the European Parliament Wednesday, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said Europe was open to competition, but not for a race to the bottom. Europe levies a duty of 10% on cars imported from China. That compares with a duty of 27.5% in the U.S. and China's manufacturers have taken advantage to carve out a significant and rapidly growing foothold in the European market. So what's happening on the big board? We're looking at green. The Dow up 82 points at 34,727. The S&P 500 up 11 at 44,73. The NASDAQ up 42 points at 13,816. Gold up 20 cents an ounce. Oil up 41 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 102. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, then becoming south. Those winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 74. West winds 10 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. The winds will become south after midnight. Thursday, sunny with a high near 101. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast later in the morning. 79 degrees, 36% relative humidity. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
What do you get when you combine the fun of a day out on the golf course with the thrills of bowling a strike or two with the excitement of hitting a jackpot on your favorite slot machine? What do you get? All the fun under the sun. And that's what you'll find and more at Kokopah Casino and Resort, South Highway 95 in Somerton. Plan it all at KokopahResort.com.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 12.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Cammie McCormick. An escaped murderer caught in southeastern Pennsylvania. Searchers from the air used thermal imaging to direct police to Danilo Cavalcante's location. Pennsylvania State Police Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens.
Tactical teams converged on the area where the heat source was. Cavalcante did not realize he was surrounded until that had occurred. That did not stop him from trying to escape. He began to crawl through thick underbrush, taking his rifle with him. The dogs subdued him. He continued to resist, but was forcibly taken into custody.
Cavalcante has been on the run for 2 weeks. He was in prison for killing his ex-girlfriend in 2021. A meeting in Siberia between the Russian and North Korean leaders raising concerns about possible military cooperation between the two. Reporter Alex Jensen has more from Seoul, South Korea.
Isolated heads of state bonding in the face of evil forces, as Kim Jong-un described them over dinner after his official summit with Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, who suggested to local media we can expect military cooperation between the sides.
The U.S. has warned any weapons deal would violate UN sanctions. In Libya, the death toll from massive floods has now reached more than 5,000, and it's expected to rise further in the eastern city of Derna. Authorities are struggling to get aid to the coastal city. Most roads have been washed away. Correspondent Holly Williams.
Floodwaters smothered entire neighborhoods in brown silt. Buildings were torn down. Their residents didn't stand a chance. Some streets were left carpeted in bodies. Mustafa Salem said he lost 30 family members in the inundation. People were asleep, he explained. No one was ready.
In Morocco, aid workers are beginning to filter in, but the earthquake damage there has wiped out roads. The quake on Friday killed nearly 3,000 people. More heavy rain could be in store for New England because of Hurricane Lee. Parts of Massachusetts are still recovering from nearly 10 inches of rain earlier this week. Consumer prices increased in August by the most in 14 months. Gasoline prices were one reason. Analyst Jill Schlesinger breaks down the numbers.
When we strip out food and energy, the
core rate of inflation was up by 4.3% from a year ago. That's a good improvement from the previous month's 4.7% reading.
That potentially allows the Federal Reserve to keep interest rates unchanged next week. This is CBS News.
When you think of hiring, think of Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans, and we'll help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Something new for women who ride share. It's an approach aimed at protecting them and securing more drivers. CBS News correspondent Deborah Rodriguez has the story.
Lyft is introducing a new feature that helps match female drivers with female passengers. The company says Women Plus Connect is intended to make women feel safer using the platform and encourage more women to sign up to drive. It's also hoping to attract non-binary people to its ride-sharing service. Lyft says about half of its passengers, but only 23% of drivers are women. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Off the coast of Greenland, a fishing vessel is attempting to help rescue passengers off a Norwegian cruise ship that has run aground in a remote area. More than 200 people are on board that cruise ship. They're said to be doing fine. High tide is hoped to help in the rescue efforts. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
12:30.